What's going on, guys? It's Keaton, and another video here. So this video is going to be about my SRT Charger. You guys hopefully saw the previous video. I've had a lot of upload problems for some reason. I don't know if it's because it's a new channel and I made it and it's just not wanting to go through. But for some reason I had a lot of upload problems. One of the videos completely bugged out on me. And like I said, I'm not new to making videos. I keep reptiles and stuff like that and started a YouTube channel for that kind of stuff, which I'll leave in the description if you're interested. So it's kind of weird to me, but hopefully you guys are seeing this video second. And yeah, I just want to kind of go through what we're going to be working on today. So I'm no mechanic. I not claim to be a mechanic, never have. If you guys know, you know. I'm definitely not a mechanic, you know, but I'm one of those kind of guys that I get tired of asking people for help, so I'm just going to do it myself. And you guys are going to be there with me, and if we screw up, we screw up. I guess it just is what it is. Anyway. So today we're going to go ahead and turn this camera on. I'm going to introduce you to Cora. So what's up, Cora? You want to say hello to the camera? So this is Cora. This is my poodle. And that over there underneath the pressure washing trailer is Brody. So that's old Brody boy. Anyway, today we are going to be going through the car. We're going to be jacking up the front end, pulling the front wheels off, and then we're going to be attempting to pull this whole entire front off. You may ask why. Well, first of all, it's the next thing we got to do. But then over here, this old trusty box right here, boys and girls, is why we're doing it. I'm so excited. You guys have no idea how pumped I am to this. I'm not going to open this box up until I get ready to pull the front end is off, because I'm going to freak, and I'm going to freak out like unboxing it. So we bought a brand new set of aftermarket headlights for the car. You guys may be asking why. Well, insurance company's still working with me on covering the damages from the hailstorm. So the limb fell on this and broke this headlight. As you guys know, if I didn't tell you in the previous video, this car had over $16,000 worth of damage from the hailstorm that it was left out in, unfortunately, by me, dumbass. Anyway, it's back here. I'm going to be doing some like some clips and whatnot of the shop that I took it to. He's a great guy. His name's Zach. Amazing work. He did an amazing job on this car. And then I'm also going to, this channel is going to cover a lot. Like I said, it's going to be a little bit of everything. It's going to be my car. It's going to be my dad working on some of his trucks. It's going to be the local shop that builds race cars. You guys name it. We're going to do it on this channel. And yeah, so this front headlight, as you guys see, got busted out. It doesn't work anymore. So that being said, I was like, you know what? Let's look at Dodge and let's see about getting another headlight. Well, this headlight right here is a new OEM headlight from last year. The problem is the shop that put it in can't tell me exactly what it was. He couldn't tell me if it's a Xeon, I think I'm saying that right, a Xeon, an LED, or a halogen. Could not tell me. Excuse me. Went to Dodge. Dodge couldn't tell me what came OEM in these things without reading through the lines. And I'm like, I'm not going to put a new headlight in this side from Dodge, spend $1,000 freaking dollars, or go buy some aftermarket junk, from somebody else for $300, and it's going to look retarded. So that being said, I was like, you know what? We're not jacking with it. We're going all in. We got a little bit of insurance money. I'm going to cover the rest. And we are going to make this car something that nobody, very few people get to see. So these are brand new headlights right here. I'm telling you, they're brand new. They literally just came out. In the future, we may be doing the taillights as well, because that company actually makes taillights for the Charger. But right now, I need to save my money. So that being said, this headlight right here is a brand new, not even a year old. No scratches, no nothing on it. Brand new. If you guys are interested, this is a 2016 SRT 392 Charger, so I'm not sure what models it fits, but it's an OEM Dodge headlight. You can see it's got the Dodge logo. Very, very nice headlight. That's going to be for sale. I'm going to be pulling that off as soon as we get this off. I'm going to be pulling off my old Halo rings. They're going to be gone if anybody wants them super cheap. Also pulling off this Xlume SRT badge. It lights up orange. Pulling that crap off. Don't want it anymore. I'm over the light stuff. I'm not... no shame on anybody else doing it, but I just don't. I'm over it. It's used condition, been on the car for 4 or 5 years. Gonna go cheap. Also, just pulled off my license plate cover right here. So it's with the Hemi Orange SRT, as you guys can see. It just needs to be cleaned up with some detail spray. But it's metal. I've had it on the car for 3 or 4 years. If you guys are interested, reach out for that. It's gonna be for sale as well. Also, these side skirts, I don't know if they're ZL1 add-ons or what they are, if they're different aftermarket. They've worked well for me. They haven't warped. This car was driven a lot going to college 5-6 years ago, or 4 or 5 years ago. And so these side skirts are going to be available all the way down the car. They're really really good condition, I would say. I mean, they're not like beat up or anything. There may be a few scuffs on them, but you guys know, I mean, it just happens from driving these cars. So these side skirts going to be available. And yeah, if you're interested in the side skirts, I may be able to just take the rear spats off anyway, because the company that I want to go with makes a front lip, side skirts, and a rear spat. So if you're interested, please let me know there. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, yes, there is. So these SRT caps, you know, you guys know if you have an SRT, you know, these caps make or break your wheels. I actually ordered a brand new set of gloss black ones. I'm pretty sure these are gloss black, but they may be satin. They're in good condition. As you guys see, there's a little bit of, you know, a couple chips missing off of them just from wear and tear because they've been on the car. You can probably touch that up with the paint pen, but those are going to be for sale as well. You can buy a brand new set for $100, so literally those are probably going to sell them for $25 or $20. Buy or pay shipping if you're not local. I'm in East Texas. Reach out. But yeah, we're going to be selling a lot of stuff on this car and completely redoing it. I know I'm talking a lot, but again, I want these videos on this channel to be kind of raw. You know, I see a lot of guys do a lot of editing, and maybe in the future we do that. But I want to keep them raw. I want to keep them around 25 minutes long, 20, 25 minutes long. And yeah, we're going to show some clips here and there. You know, of course, I'm not going to show the whole thing of pulling at the front end, but you're going to be there with the struggles when I can't do it. I've watched multiple videos, and it's just a pain in the ass. Anyway, after that, you know, we got lots of carbon fiber parts we're putting on the car, and then we're taking it to a shop. We're taking it to the wrap shop to get stuff done. You guys have already heard about that. And then we're taking it to a local guy to do some paint correction and some ceramic coating on this thing. Yeah, anyway, I'm going to quit talking. Again, Cora's like, she's going to sit right in front of the car. But if you're interested in any of those parts, reach out in the comment section below. I don't know if my number is visible or not. There may be my email. You can reach out there, or just go on Instagram and follow me there. So, yeah, that's going to be it, guys. And we will see you in the next clip over. Hopefully not struggling too much to get this freaking front end off. All right. We got Lars here. Introduce yourself, Lars.
Man, I'm jacking.
All right, so we couldn't figure out, I'm sure a lot of you guys have this problem because you have side skirts on your car. So if you have side skirts on your car, then it's hard to see where the jack points are. I think the side skirt covers the jack point. So instead of doing all that, Lars had the great idea of just going directly on top of the frame and using these two jacks on the solid frame to get it up high enough to where we can use our jack stands and put them under the jack points, because you can't see anything, you know, especially if you have side skirts and your car is low. So yeah, this is kind of the first step, I guess, and then we're going to see about putting the jack stands that we have over here underneath the points. And right now all we need is the front up, because we're going to pull the front end off, and but we got to take the wheels off to get to the bolts, apparently, or they said it's easier anyway. So it's already on. It's already park and brake and everything. Yeah. So.
All right, so I think, Keaton, if you'll look under the car, it's right under your camera. I like those flat frame points right there.
Yeah.
To set the jack stands on each side.
Yeah, I see what you're
we'll
talking about.
We'll set them right there, adjacent to that.
Yeah, I like it.
And then we'll let these jacks down and let it sit on that.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, I didn't see any videos about using the frame, you know, on YouTube. So that, like I said, you guys may, if you have a Charger, this may help you guys out, especially if you got a couple jacks laying around. You know, I mean, it went up super easy, and I mean, yeah, you need two jacks, but let's be honest, it's a lot cheaper than buying a car lift. And you know, you know what I'm talking about. You know those easy, what are they called? Easy jacks, Lars. You know, the ones that stretch the side skirt of the car and pick it up. I was looking at a pair of those, but man, they're $1,700 a piece. Yeah. So, and, you know, unless you got a lot of money and you're just loaded, you know, buying a couple of jacks for $150 or whatever and putting it under the frame seems to be the way to do it. So we'll cut back on the next clip when we figure out exactly what we're going to do. All right, so we got the stands up underneath there. Lars, tell them what you just told me a second ago. For people doing this by themselves and don't know what they're doing. Show them the
placement of the jack stands. We put the jack stands underneath the frame, and then we're just barely
nudged up on.
We're just barely nudged up right here just for safety. We don't have a whole lot of pressure on the jack, but just in the event that something happened to the jack stand.
Yeah, because he said if you're underneath there screwing around and you touch that, you know, that handle and release that, you're going to die. You know, I mean, the car is going to fall on top of you, and basically you're going to be screwed, especially if you're working by yourself. So, you know, having the jacks there for now, especially while I'm going to be under their jacking with everything, is smart. And, you know, like I said, I haven't seen any videos of anybody doing it like this, but to be honest, it looks a lot easier and better than trying to get it up on the side skirt, you know, underneath there. And I mean, like Laura said, that's on the actual frame itself. And, you know, Lars isn't shy away from building cars and stuff and jacking around with shit. So I think it's definitely a lot better, and it makes it a lot easier, so that way I can take my side skirts off, because that's the thing, is if I would have done it by the side skirts, I wouldn't have been able to take them off. And I'm going to be taking those off and selling them and putting new ones on. So yeah, we're definitely a lot better. We're only going to do the front for now. And then, because I don't need the backs off yet, I'm not going to powder coat until probably another week. So yeah, we got the front up. Now we're going to, I'm going to have to look in here and figure out exactly where my bolts are. There's 2 bolts up in here. I got to pull this fender, this well off, and yeah, it's going to be a pain in the ass, but we're going to see what we can do. So, all right, what's going on, guys? So took a little bit longer than expected. Watched a great video on YouTube, you know, about how to get the front end off. It was super simple. Part of me was like, oh, I should make one, but I'm no mechanic, guys. I'm telling you, this took me a lot longer than what it should have. But again, you know, the only way to learn is to do, and you know, that's what I'm doing. So I have minimal tools, probably the wrong tools, whatever. I'm just making it work. But we got the front end off. I need to pull it over, but I got to figure out where exactly this. So this line right here is my X-Loom badge, and yeah, the shop I took it to before, man, they just there's just wires everywhere. There's just crap everywhere, and that's kind of why I'm wanting to take charge of this and kind of turn this car around. This car's been through so much. Literally, this car was with me when I graduated high school. You know, I've taken it to multiple shops, and throughout the years, it's just been jacked with and messed with, and you know, screwed up with. You name it. I mean, it's, you know, people hit me, rear-ended me. Trees fell on it. It's been through a lot. A girlfriend hit my front end. You name it, it's been through it. But I actually just took off all the bolts for this headlight. Got to pull the harness off. So that's my broke headlight. I'm going to go ahead and pull this headlight off as well, because we're going to go ahead and sell that one. Like, I mean, you can see it's literally like almost brand new. It's only been on there for less than a year. So we're going to pull that off. I'm going to see where this X-Loom badge pulls to. Again, real quick, I wanted to make this clip too, because I almost forgot. Remember to always disconnect your ground on your battery, you know, kill your battery before you start working on stuff like this. I'm going to pull the gimbal down, because if you start jacking with connectors and whatnot, you don't know what's going to happen, and who's to say that, you know, you don't get electrocuted. So as you see, all I did there, super simple on the charger. You just have this one right here that you got to remove. I'm pretty sure it was like a 10 millimeter, maybe a little bit bigger. Now I think it's a little bit bigger. I think it was like a 12 or something. Excuse me, but went ahead and remove that, and you don't have to jack with the hot. It's not going to do anything as long as you pull your ground off and don't have it touch any metal, then you should be good. So yeah, we got it off. This was a pain. Man, I'm telling you, there's so many of those push pins and stuff that are in here that were missing. Actually, freaking, which is insane to me. I'm going to show you right here. 2 of these bolts were missing in here. So like, whoever put this back together, whether or not it was dealership or the previous shop or whatever, they only put the bolt up in the front, and then one right here. There was one here missing and another one down here missing. I mean, absolutely insane. Yeah, it just goes to prove, unless you work on it yourself or you really know the person working on your car, you're not going to know. I mean, you're not going to know what they put back. You know, the shop didn't even make you know, bother to order another body piece like up underneath this lip. The whole entire piece was rotted out, or not rotted out, but you know, was gone from me, I guess, you know, hitting, you know, going through driveways and whatnot, because around here, you know, it's not really made for cars. We live in the country, so, you know, it kind of, I guess, I don't know what the best word to say that is. It removed itself, let's just say that. So they didn't even put that on there, you know. I mean, it would have taken 2 seconds for for him to, or the shop to say, hey, look, you know, we're going to put that under insurance. That definitely needs to be replaced. But they didn't. So there's so many, again, that's why it all depends on who's working on your stuff and you trust them. And I can tell you right now, nobody else will be working on this car unless I trust them, or it'd be myself. You know, I'm not no mechanic. I'm not. But I'm going to figure it out, just like we just did, you know. I mean, I didn't know what I was doing. I watched a YouTube video and just started taking screws off, taking bolts out. I mean, that's just what it is. So I'm going to give you guys a little update. You know, it's coming along. We're going to pull, like I said, we're going to pull both these headlights out. We're going to throw that one in the trash. That one's broken. We're going to put this one up on eBay. And then we're going to start working on the fogs and all that. I ordered new fog lights and all that because they had the drill into those a long time ago. Just complete screw up. it's a lot of crap. Needless to say, don't throw a bunch of aftermarket RGB lights on your car unless you go to a shop that you can really trust and you can watch the whole process, because some people, they just don't care. You know, they're gonna do the bare minimum on your car. And you know, again, there's been so many shops that have touched this car. There's no telling if it was a dealership, if it was the main shop that did it initially when I got out of high school. There's just no absolute telling. But again, that all comes down to knowing the people who are messing with your stuff. So, all right, guys, we're going to cut back. I'm going to get to work some more and see if I can pull both these headlights out and figure out where this X-Loom badge needs to disconnect at so I can get it off. And, yeah, go from there. All right, what's going on, guys? So, another clip over. As you guys see, have the new headlight out. Just to show you guys, it's a brand new freaking headlight. I mean, there's hardly any dust or anything in the crevices, on the top of the crevices of this headlight. So yeah, this will be up for sale. Again, no scratches or anything on it. It's like brand spanking new, OEM straight from Dodge, not aftermarket. Going to be selling it pretty cheap because I want to make a little bit of my money back on these other headlights. So we did unbox these crazy headlights. I'm not going to show you guys much because I actually would rather show you guys on the car after they're put together. But I'm gonna have to order another connector because I thought which was kind of a good thing actually. So I thought my car, being a 16 SRT 392, had the stock halogen headlights, you know, with these housings right here. But I actually found out that this right here is the Xeon or LED version, which is going to be awesome because that means that the new headlights are going to be even brighter. So I'm not really mad. It kind of sucks I can't put the headlights on the car, you know, after doing all this work. Yeah, it kind of sucks. But again, the company that I got the headlights from, they're super quick to respond. I'm going to go ahead and send them an email today with some pictures and be like, hey, look, you know, I need the adapter for the Xeon or the LEDs. And they'll send it over and should have it hopefully by mid next week, and we can get it going. So basically, everything is good. I'm going to show you guys what I tore out of this car. So this is all the crap. So when they take your headlight, or they take your car and you tell them that you want your factory headlights to be turned into RGB and you don't want to buy a complete separate housing, this is what they put in your car. All that junk was underneath my hood, you know, and wrapped up in my stock wiring harness, and just absolutely just crazy. You can see here where they drilled into the stock headlight. I'm telling you guys, just be careful. You know, again, I was one of the first ones back in, I think it was 2018 or so, that put this on my car. Like when I took it to the shop, I think I was one of the demo units for all this. Again, I'm sure things have changed. I'm sure technology is advanced and it wouldn't be near as much as this. But, you know, this right here was a shit show. I mean, to be honest, it was very much a shit show. So, you know, I mean, I lost, there was bolts missing from the front end. There was bolts missing from different parts of the car. I'm going to have to go figure out, you know, either order from Dodge or just go to O'Reilly's and try to find some bolts that are going to fit the pattern. I mean, there's so much stuff missing, and it's just because shops have jacked with it. And, you know, that's another reason why now I see working on your own stuff is better, even if you don't know what you're doing and you have to learn. Because from now on, I will not be letting anybody else work on my stuff unless it's somebody that I can trust, a shop that I can trust that I know does good work. Oh, but that being said, guys, I mean, everything's done. Really, the only thing we're waiting to do now is I think I'm going to clean these calipers up as good as I can and try and get them looking good, because there's a lot of brake dust on them. Try to clean them up. And I think our paint guy who's doing our ceramic coating and all that is going to come and ceramic coat these Brembos while it's here at my shop, because he doesn't really like you know, jacking people's rides up and stuff like that in his shop. You know, he just wants to make sure, like, hey, I don't want to mess your stuff up. So if he can avoid it, he just goes to the customer's house and does it here. So we're gonna get all the Brembos, all 4 of the Brembos, ceramic coated and looking good, cleaned up. I'm gonna have to order some factory, a lot of factory plastics. I mean, the whole underneath front right here on this car is gone. There's missing different push pins and you name it, that's missing it. We're going to pull off these aftermarket side skirts. I'm going to pull them off, probably list them for sale for cheap. You know, sell them. I mean, we're pulling everything off this car, guys. I mean, everything is going. I'm going to come in here and pull off. So I ordered these, you know, and it said they were going to be factory go mango color, but of course that's that Hemi octane, that Hemi orange or whatever it is, doesn't look good next to the car. So I'm going to pull that off and not powder coat it. I'm going to pull it off and spray paint it black, because spray paint underneath the hood will last a lot longer than if you spray paint something on your car. Probably going to do this the same with this, because as you guys can see, my catch can is starting to kind of break and chip off. Was a shitty powder coat job. So I'm gonna go ahead and probably spray paint that as well, you know, while it's sitting here. And then the next goal is, Core, quit. The next goal is to go ahead and jack up the rear end and pull off the last 2 of the wheels and send them off to powder coat. So, you know, that's probably going to be end of next week for the following week. I'm not in a super rush to do that. But I do have, here's the front end right here. And I'm going to tell you guys, the shop I took it to, they screwed my paint job up, man. They didn't take any of my plastics off. So all these black plastics and grills, they didn't take them off and do it correctly. They just literally taped across my plastics. And as you guys can see, I mean, there's freaking orange Go Mango paint all over here. I mean, just really crappy job, honestly. It kind of sucks to look at it now. I didn't recognize it at first. And that, again, that just goes with experience, knowing that now I need to be taken to somebody I can really trust. But yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and pull off. I'm going to have to get some a deep socket to pull this SRT X-Loom badge off. That's going to be for sale. I'm really contemplating, guys. This thing has a like a 5-year-old what is that, a clear bra on it, and it needs to come off before it gets, you know, ceramic coated and all that. Instead of jagging with this, guys, I'm very tempted to just buy a whole new front end. I'm going to call the paint shop on Monday and see what it would cost to paint a front end, you know, get it color matched and everything. I mean, it's just the grills are starting to chip. The grills are going to need to be painted. You know, the factory, they drilled into my freaking, before I could tell them not to, they drilled license plate holes into my front, which is going to be covered by the carbon fiber cover. But it just kind of sucks. I mean, you know, I'm going to have to redo all my fog lights. My fog lights are going to have to be completely redone because they got holes in them from using the RGB crap. I don't know, guys. Instead of ordering all new plastics or getting them wrapped, I'm honestly very tempted, depending what the price tag comes back as, to get it painted. Because you can buy you know, pretty much OEM fit front end on these cars for $300-400 with all the plastics and everything. So, tempted to do it. Again, I don't know if I'm going to. I'm gonna have to price it out and kind of see, because I wasn't expecting to spend this on the front end. But another thing we're gonna see what goes on with, as soon as I get the headlights plugged in, hopefully end of next week, this freaking self-driving BS bullshit crap that they put on these cars for a little while. You know, this I forget what they call it, adaptive cruise control driving that they put on these Dodge Chargers for a couple years. I unplugged it, okay? I don't like this thing. This thing looks ugly as shit in the front end, in my opinion. You know, it just completely screws with the car. Mine is so old, it's got rock chips all on it, so it's not going to read good anyway, so I'm going to have to replace the whole front. Instead of me doing that, I'm going to unplug it, and I'm going to see if I can get away without having to jack with it. Before I put the front end on the car, I'm going to see if it runs a code, and then I'm going to see if I can get the code wiped off without tuning the car, and just go from there. If it's going to run a code, and I got to get the car tuned, I'm not going to spend, you know, $1,200 getting the car tuned on factory. It's just not worth it. You know, you're going to pick up 15, you know, wheel horsepower, which is gay in my opinion. If you're going to do that, I think you should just wait and spend the money and, you know, either go full bolt on E85 or, you know, buy a Pro Charger or twin turbo kit from Hellion or something. I don't know. But we're going to try it anyway and see if it doesn't run a code and kind of go from there, because I don't like the way it looks. And that's another reason why I kind of hope that that I can make it work, because I do not like the front end having the adaptive cruise control. I want to take it off completely. And the new front ends on the Chargers look pretty awesome. So we're gonna try, see what it looks like. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I'm very tempted. I'm just gonna say this on this video. I'm very tempted to buy a freaking Pro Charger kit, one of the I think a D1C or D1S, whatever it is. It's the upgraded version of the P1. You know, obviously I don't want to buy the cheapest of the cheap. I don't want to buy the bottom end, because I do eventually want to build this car to make, you know, upwards of 8 to 1,000 wheel on the 392. Obviously it's going to be hard, because, you know, keeping it at the 392 displacement, you know, it's really going to have to be built right to be able to reach 1,000 wheel. But if I can, you know, I want to keep it 392. I'm not gonna 426, you know, blow it or anything like that. Get off my car. Go. Quit rubbing on my car. What the heck do you think you're doing? Huh? Luckily, I ain't got this thing paint freaking corrected. I'd be mad. Anyway, yeah, I don't know, guys. I mean, you can let me know in the comment section below what you think, but I'm honestly tempted to buy the Pro Charger kit and buy the race intercooler setup and the race valve blow off, and then like put in one of those little Walboro, I think, what do you call them, however you pronounce it, like the little upgraded pumps. Quit. Get off the car. Dang. But yeah, I wanted to buy one of the upgraded drop-in fuel pumps for this car, just to kind of help it out, and then put some bigger injectors on it. because I'd like to run E85. You know, you have to buy the flex fuel kit, which is like $1,000, but you know, some people have said it helps it run better and helps it run cooler, and then kind of gives the motor a little bit of cushion as far as running on 7 psi, because that's what I would do. I would not push it. I'd run to 6-7 psi. I think you can make 650 wheel comfortably on these cars with 7 psi. I know a lot of people that run it. I was thinking about the Hellion kit, which I'm still kind of thinking about it. It's either going to be the Hellion or the Pro Charger whenever I do it, if I do it now or in a year. But yeah, I don't know. We're gonna see. Kind of go from there, and a lot of stuff going on, guys. But again, this video is pretty long. I appreciate you guys for watching it, if you did. You know, and we're on the up and up, guys. I mean, this is step one. Put the headlights in, and then take it to the wrap shop, get the wrap redone on it, certain aspects of it, you know, and then come back, and then we're gonna put all the carbon fiber parts on the car, put the wheels back on, and then it goes straight to the paint guy, and it's gonna be amazing, guys. Thank you so much. I'm just very, very excited to be finally making videos on this, because I've been wanting to do so with my car for a long time. And man, you guys have no idea. I mean, I've had this car since 2017 or 18. It was a 2016 off the lot. Nobody wanted it. I love the orange from the beginning, and lots of cool things to come. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.